Okay, you're welcome to the lesson 6 of this futures trading module. In this particular lesson, I'll be showing you how to first of all demo trade using the Bybit account. So this one is about Bybit account. I'll also do another lesson where I'll be showing you how to demo trade using Binance account. You need to understand that for you to be able to go live and start trading on your live account where you fund your real money, first of all, you need to practice with demo account. And that is why Bybit and Binance have provided all of these demo accounts for you to use. So make sure you use everything I've taught you from lesson 1 to lesson 5 of this futures trading class to practice on the demo account. There's no way you will use all that I've taught you from lesson 1 to lesson 5 that you will not be successful. Make use of all that I've taught you from lesson 1 to lesson 5. Practice on your demo account first. I repeat again, practice on your demo account before going live. Now, when you see that your demo account is successful, let's say you started the demo account with $1,000, or let's say $100,000, sorry, $100, and you've been able to move your $100 to $1,000 or even $2,000, then you can now use that same strategy, that same thing that you've been doing on the demo account that is working for you, to replicate it on your live account. So make sure you do that. Don't just be in a hurry to start trading live because you may just lose your account. You understand? Everything I've taught you from lesson 1 to lesson 5, apply it. And by the way, if you're watching this video from maybe my TikTok or my YouTube channel and you're wondering where are all of these lessons, well, these lessons I am talking about, they are in our academy. I just want to drop this one for you in my TikTok or in my YouTube, so that if you want to also learn how to practice with demo account, you can use this method to practice with the demo account. But if you want to join us to trade with us, to learn how to trade and become successful using futures trading so that you can make money whether the market is going up or the market is going down. What I mean is, whether we are in a bearish season or we are in a bullish period, you can always make money when you trade with futures. And you know that futures trading is highly volatile, so you need someone who will actually mentor you, who will give you the right mindset, the right strategy and everything you need to succeed. So if you want to join us, you are free to join our classroom and mentorship academy, where I teach people all of these things and they become successful. To join the classroom, it's just $20 or 30,000 naira for 1 full year, and you get access to everything I do, our signals, our teachings, my mentorship and everything. You get access to that. All right, with that said, now let's go into how to set up your Bybit demo account. So this is Bybit. Now when you come to Bybit like this, the first thing you want to do is to click on this place that says more. So I'm going to click on more right now. And then when it opens up, you can see here, if you come down here, you can see demo trading, right? So you click on your demo trading. So just click on the demo trading for it to open up. Now when it opens up like this, now one thing you must do is, let me just go to my assets. Let me go to my assets. So when you come to your asset like this, one thing you must do is to reduce your funded amount, because once you create demo account, they are going to fund here. Let me open it again. They're going to fund here with $50. They also got $50,000. This one also may be funded with $50,000, but that is not the right amount of money you need to start trading with, especially if you're a newbie and you don't have money. Don't make the mistake of starting with that $50,000, because that is not the amount you yourself you will be funding. So if you will be funding $100, if you'll be funding $500, if you'll be funding $1,000, try to reduce those amounts to that realistic amount that you yourself you will be funding, so that you know how to manage your risk very well. So how do you do that? To do that, you come to this adjust fund. I already adjusted my own. You can see my own here is saying $1,027. Here is saying $1,027. So this one I did not touch it. This Bitcoin I did not touch. Also Ethereum I did not touch. Now For you to be able to reduce that, you just come to your demo, you just come to what? Adjust demo here, adjust fund, demo fund here, and then you click on adjust demo funds. Now when you click on adjust demo fund, you can see here says add fund, here says reduce funds, right? So, like I said, when you create it initially, you'll be seeing on your USDT, you'll be seeing 50,000. On USDC, you'll be seeing another 50,000. So your aim is to reduce it. So my own, I reduce it to 1,000. So what you need to do is to click on reduce funds instead of add funds. So when you click on reduce fund, you can see my own here is 1,000. Here is 1,000. So my Bitcoin is 1. Ethereum is what? 1. So I want to reduce my Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let me reduce my Bitcoin to, let's say, 0.1, Ethereum to 0.5, and then I click on confirm. So the idea is for me to reduce it to a amount. Okay, sorry. What I did, I just removed 0.1. So I was supposed to, let me go back to reduce, adjust demo again, reduce fund. So I was supposed to reduce 0.9, remove 0.9 from the Bitcoin. What I removed was 0.1. You can see it here. You can see it here. So let me remove 0.8 now. So 0.8. So I want to just leave 0.1, and then here I want to remove. Okay, let me leave it at that because it's 0.5 I wanted to use, right? So now let's click back, and now you can see what I have here is 12,000 after reducing everything. You can see it's 12,000, and if you look at my BTC right now, it's 8,000, and Ethereum is 1,200. So now I have reduced my demo account. You can also reduce it to just, let's say, everything $500, or even everything $200. The aim is for you to use a realistic amount so that you can manage your loss. Now, after reducing the amount, the next thing you want to do is to come to your trade. You can see at this bottom here, sorry for that. At this bottom here, it says trade. So you go to that trade, you go to the trade, and then you can now see where you're going to be making all of your trades, right? So now for you to take trade, I'm going to show you everything I have discussed from lesson 1 to lesson 5, everything I've been saying and how they apply to the practical, right? So here you can see this is the chart, this is the trade. We are on the trade. Now this is the chart on the trade. This is a small chart. You can see there, this is the time frame. You can see the time frame there. So that is your time frame. Now if you come to this place, you can see here it says limit. That is the limit. Inside here is where you put the price. This is where you see other value. Now I'm going to cover all of that right now. You can see here you have cost. Here you have what? Your leverage at 10x. So now let's start. Let's start with the first one. So the first one already we know about time frame already. Now we know about the chart. I've talked about the chart. Now if you look at the cross here, if I touch the cross, you can see that we have isolated margin, we have cost margin, we have portfolio margin. I've already discussed all of this in our lesson 1 to lesson 5. You by now you understand them. I'm just showing you all of it. Right here I chose cost margin. Now if you want isolated margin, you know what isolated margin is already, you can choose it. If you want cost margin, you know what it is already, you can choose it. If you don't know about it, go back to the videos from the previous lesson and learn about it. So that is about cost and isolated. Now the next one beside it is what? Your leverage. So already you know about the leverage, and I've also told you the best leverage to be using as a beginner. So the leverage, you can go from 1 to 100 depending on the pair. Some pair will stop at 10, some pair will stop at 50, some pair will stop at 25, 30, depending on the pair. Now this one is because this is BTC pair. You can see it here. This is BTC pair. That is why the leverage is up to 100. Some pair even goes above 100. You understand? But already you know that you as a trader, you don't need up to that 100x, because that is a red flag zone as a trader, right? So That is the what? The leverage. Now, I also talked about the limit order and the market execution, which is here. Let me open it. That is limit. So if I click on it, you can see limit and market execution. So the most important tool that we are using is what? Limit and market execution. Now, if you want to use limit, you already know what limit order are and what they help you to get or to gain from the market. And if you want to use market, you also know what it is. I'm just showing you all those details in practical, so that you will see how it is. Now, if you come down here, you're going to see these three boxes here. You can see those three boxes there. One is TP and SA, one is post only, one is reduce only. So the one we'll be making use of is this one, this TP and SA. Let me remove that and do it again. We'll be making use of the TP and SA. That is the one that will matter more or most to you. And I've also covered about TP and SA in our previous video. So now all of these things that you have seen will help you to take your trade and become profitable as a trader. Now, if you look at the chart section, this is the chart section. Here you're seeing the whole of this place you're seeing like this. The whole of this place you're seeing like this is where you place the trade, where you set the parameters to place the trade, which I'll be doing in a minute. But let's go over to the chart. So this chart section is where you do your what? Analysis. If you want to use the what? Binance interface, sorry, the Bybit interface, or maybe you're using Binance, they will also have something like this. So if you want to use the Bybit interface, this is where you do your analysis. But if you don't want to use it, I want to use trading view, then you can use trading view. But to make it quicker, you can actually use what? The Bybit interface to do your analysis. So you can shrink the chart. You can see I'm shrinking the chart. You can also make it bigger. Then you can choose time frame. If I come to more here, you can see that I can change the time frame to, let's say, 1 week. You can see this is the 1 week, right? So now you can see the time frame on this 1 week. You can see that BTC is actually bullish, but there is a heavy dump in the market and BTC dumped, and that is why you are seeing it break this level, and then is kind of down. Let me do it again so that you see broke this level. You can see it has broken the level, but on a general note, it is going up, because if you look at this moving averages, this moving average and this moving average is showing that the market, or the trend of the market, is up in 1 week time frame, right? So this is a bigger time frame showing that the market is up. So you have nothing to worry about the trend right now. The trend of the market is actually up. Now, when you see all of this, so let's go back to trade. So how do we now place the trade? How do we take our trade? Before you take your trade, the first thing you need to do is your analysis. So after analyzing the market, you find your stop loss, you find your what? Your TP. You must know your stop loss. You must know your TP before you take your trade, because you must set these parameters before you take your trade. The reason for that is because you're not a robot. You cannot watch the market from morning till night, right? You must set it, because you might just go out of the market to do one or two things. Now, if the market, if let's say you bought, meaning you are expecting, let's say you bought around this region, meaning you're expecting that the market will rise up, right? And then you fail to set stop loss and the market dumps heavily, just like the way the market dumped today, you're going to get liquidated. That is why it's always good. It's always good for you to set your stop loss. Stop loss. So this is stop loss. It's supposed to be SP. Let me do it again. Stop loss is supposed to be SL, and TP is what? TP. You understand? So it's always good to set your SL so that you don't get liquidated out of the market. So I'm going to show you how to calculate all of that. Already, you know the leverage you will be using. So with your leverage, when you calculate your stop loss and calculate your TP, you should know how much you will be earning. So let's look at BTC. Okay, let me look at another coin. Let's look at Ethereum. Okay, so this is Ethereum. Ethereum is looking, let me go to chart. Now let me use chart so that I will use chart to see how Ethereum is. Ethereum is looking good for the upside. So why I love the chart section instead of going to the trade part is that the chart section will give me tools for analysis. So you can see this small pencil here. That small pencil is the tool I can use to analyze. So if I click on the pencil right now, you can see I can have a horizontal line which I can draw here. So that is my first level of support. Now let me draw another one. Let me draw another one using this zone. So that is my second level of support, right? So now I have my zone. You can see that is my zone. Let me see. Okay. I don't know if this can give me. Okay, it's not giving me what I want. Let me see. Okay, so this is it. That is rectangle. So the rectangle gives me this zone. Then click on this and do this, right? So this is the zone. So that is the zone that we have touched this zone like twice. After this move up, we've touched it here. We've touched it here, and then we are touching it here again. You can see. So invariably, this market, even if you come back to this zone, is for you to buy because this market is going to go back up. And if you look at it, you can see this, 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 and this, right, forming. So that is what we call double bottom, right? So now let's say you've analyzed this market. Let's say you've analyzed this and you want to buy. Of course, if I want to buy with my real money, I will be waiting for the market to come into this zone, which it has already entered before. And from this zone all the way to this place, I have already seen good profit. So let's calculate it. How do you calculate it? Let's say this was where it came to from this level. That is, let me just put it somewhere here, 2200, 2200, and then it came to 2800. So let's do just like the way we used to do. Just like the way we normally do it, let's calculate how much how much percentage gain we will gain if we move here. Normally we target 10 to 15%, right? So let's see if we can get our 10% from 2200 all the way to that place. Let's see. So let's go back to our calculator right now. Let's use our calculator. So we'll do 2200 plus 10%, right? So it's 2400, right? So let's do plus 20%. Plus 20%. 2000, let's do plus 30%. 2860. So you can see that from here we entered, if you have entered that place 2820. So let's do 25%. We might have got 25%, 2750. So that is 25%. So if you used 25%, so if you use a leverage of 5 times 5, that is 125%, right? If you use a leverage of 10, that is 250%, right? So now that is what I would have caught if I had traded this around this region. But let's say we've done our analysis and then we are happy that we want to buy in here. Of course, me, I will not buy in here the way it is right now. I will wait for it to come into the zone, which it has already done before, and it has entered it again at this level. You can see here, it has entered it again at that level. But let's say I want to buy it here. I just want to use it to show you how to buy. So you click on trade. You can see trade here. You click on the trade. Let's go over to trade. Now on the trade level, so we already see that the price is at 2. This is the price, 2048 something. Is that around 2048 something? So I'm going to come here and put my price 2450. So the reason I'm putting 2,450 is because I want to add a limit order. I don't just want to buy outright. Now I want to do my leverage is what? 10x. You can see my leverage here. My leverage is 10x, and then I'm using what? Cross margin. You can use isolated margin. So if I'm using isolated margin, I can just click on it and choose isolated margin. Right now, I've chosen isolated margin, so it's only going to make use of my USDT account. Right. So now I've chosen isolated margin. So the next thing I want to do is to first of all calculate my percentage loss. So I'll go to chart again. I'll go to chart. So from where I'm entering, my SL will be around here. That is 2040, or let's just say 2020. So my SL will be 2020 from 2400 to 2020. Let's see how many percentage loss is that. So because the percentage loss is very, very important. So 2020 minus 5%. Sorry, 2,450 minus 5%. So it's 22. You can see that from 2,450 to where it is, it's actually giving me a whole lot of loss, right? So now what I will do to see if I can reduce my loss from that is to go back to, I'm on chart already. So let me remove this. Let me remove that. Let me remove this. And then let me go to daily. So I can use daily to see if I can get is a lower what? SL. So the lower SL I can get at the moment is this here, 20. Okay, here, there, 2,220. So I can get 2,220 as my SL. I can also get, let me pick it back. I can also get 2,270, and let me see, 2,300 is another reasonable SL I can use. So let's go back to our chart and see 5% will give us 2,320 something, right? So let's do 4%, 2,350, right? So 3%. Okay, so let's go back to 6%, 2,300. So 6% loss is what we are looking at. 6% loss is not bad. So I know that I'm setting my SL as 6% loss, which is 2,300. Then my gain will be what? How much? So you always have to take your gain. This is the first level, 2,008. You can put it at 2,900. So your gain from here is going to now be plus. Always know this. Always know this. This is something that's supposed to be in your head. 10% will give me 2,000 days. Let's say 15%, 2,000 that. Then 20%, 2,009. So my gain would be around let's say around 18% gain, right? Or 18% gain, or 18.5. 18.5%, 2,900. So that is what? 18.5%. So I know that 2,900 is now my profit, my take profit. Then 2,300 is my stop loss. So please, guys, I know that I'm kind of trying to rush this, but since it's a recorded video, you can always watch it again to understand what I am doing, right? So now I have calculated my stop loss. I calculated my what? SL. So the next thing I want to do is to go to trade, and then I put here I put the value I want to use. So the value you want to use always comes as what? Your leverage. So for instance, if I put 500 here, it's telling me that it will be telling me that I'll be using $50. You can see it here. You can see that is the cost, $50. Because $50, since it's what? 10x leverage here, $50 will be 50 times 10, which is now giving me 500. So that is how you get 500. You don't put the amount you put here. It's not the actual cost of your what? Of your trade. is the leverage cost of your trade that you're going to be putting there. So let's say here I want to use 500. I want to be conservative, or because I have small money, I want to use 500. So I can just put 500. Then that 500 is going to be costing me $50. You can see it's 49.5. Now it's costing me 49.5 because one, I'm using limit order, and since I'm using limit order, I am adding what? Liquidity to the market. So they are going to charge me lesser. You understand? I already taught you about that in our previous lessons. So do well to watch that. Then after I've set that, I've put the price I want to buy, 2,450. I've set the leverage I want to use. Then next, now click on my TP, which is here. So I'll touch the TP right now. Now, remember we calculated our TP. That's why it's always good before you enter the market, calculate your TP and your stop loss and put it. So our TP, which is take profit, is what? 2,900. That's our take profit level. So if you look at it, it's telling you how much you're going to be getting. It's 183%. You know, I told you it was 18.5, right? So if I put 2,903, it will be almost 185%. So 18.5 is giving us 185%, but 18.3 is 183%. That is what I will get. So estimated, you can now see here is saying, oh, let me just put that. If you look at that place very well, you can see after the 183%, you can also see profit and loss 90, right? So that is what is telling me that I'll be getting $90, right, at the end of the day. So now stop loss, our stop loss we calculated 2,300. So 2,300. So this is what 61% profit and loss. You can see it there, 30, right? So you can now see that at the end of the day, if you make profit, you are making almost times 3, because 183, 60 times 3 is about 18, right? 60 times 3 is 18. So like I told you, you must always make it at least 1:3. From our previous class, I told you guys 1:3. So if you look at what I have done here, it is actually 1:3. So if I win this one, and if I win one and I lose one, I am still in profit. If I lose two and win one, I am still in profit. So now I have set up everything the way I want it. The next thing I will do is to just click on this long trade, right? So I'll click on it right now, and then I'll click confirm. So now you can see open long trade. It is set here. It has not bought because it's on a limit order. It will only activate when this price you're seeing here gets to 2,450. All right, guys. So this is how you set up your demo account on Bybit and start trading. I will do another video that we will now use as a trading proper. This video was just to show you how to set up the demo account and how to trade, and to show you everything step by step on how to take trade and how to actually analyze the market. Although I'm going to do a deep dive into analysis, technical analysis, you understand, and also trading plan that will help you become successful. But this is just to show you how to start your demo practicing. In another video, I'll also show you how to now take other trade. In that video, maybe I will take like 2 or 3 trade on other different pairs. With that, you are good to go. All right, guys, so that is it for me in this particular video. Till I come your way again, remain blessed.